What's happening, Reds? It's Jamie Webster here. Just wanted to say, subscribe below. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dazza, and hopefully, as you know, we usually do a podcast where we bring on guests to tell their Liverpool stories. Well, we all kind of got together and with our mates and Wilson, and we wanted to do something a bit different where we actually do get to talk about the games, talk a little bit about transfers, but mostly about the games and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is our pub chat, our first one. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But yeah, I'm Dazza.
El Presidente.
Yeah, Mr. El Presidente. Steve, as you would know from watching our other podcast. But got two extras here today, two of our mates. I'm not introducing them, no chance. They can do it themselves.
I'll introduce Glenn. Glenn, welcome.
Me first?
Yeah, go for it. What do you have to say?
Not much really. My name's Glenn. I've been in Austin about 8 years or so. I sort of gave Darren the idea of maybe doing something a little bit different, like a YouTube thing, and now we've got all these cameras and microphones in our face. So
where are you from?
I'm from the Isle of Man. Yeah.
What's your sign?
It's in the middle of England now. And yeah, you're not going to get much from me really. I'm just going to waffle a lot of nonsense, but nowhere near as bad as the amount of shite that this guy's going to talk. Anyway, Julian, tell everyone about yourself.
Well, the only reason I'm doing this is because I learned all my shite from you. So I picked up...
Andy has nothing else to do on a Monday night.
Since I met you, Glenn, I've heard so much in ludicrous comments that I thought it would be perfect to get us both on here and discuss these crazy moments. But I've been in Austin myself now for about 16 years. And the first game I saw in Austin was at Fido's, I believe, the old Fido's downtown Austin. No longer here anymore.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And that location is now called The Pub, which is really original.
It is, but we don't want to hark on about that place. We want to hark on
about BD Riley's.
BD Riley's, the number one pub in Austin, Texas. If you're a Liverpool fan, or if you're a football supporter, or if you're NFL, baseball, they have everything covered. So make sure you look it up. We'll put a link to BD Riley. So if you're in Austin, come down, have a pint. It'll be on El Presidente. All right? Just say the name. Everyone knows his name at this bar.
That's right. So we want to thank Steve, Stefan, and Eric for hosting us. This is the pub of the Supporters Club, the official pub. It's the number one rated fish and chips in all of Texas.
Is it?
Number one rated Irish pub in all of Texas. So when you are in Austin, you're visiting from across the pond, come to BD Riley's and we'll take care of you guys.
The sliders are really good, aren't they? Yeah. We all ate, well, he's eating celery and carrots. He's on the rabbit diet. But us three fat bastards, we ate the sliders and the chippies, so it's good. But enough about the food. Let's talk about Liverpool Football Club.
Can I offer a toast?
You got toast too?
Yeah.
We'll take toast.
For the newly crowned Charity Shield?
Yes.
Thames?
I like the segue. Yeah, let's talk about Saturday Community Shield. As a lot of people will say, it's a glorified friendly. But watching that on Saturday, it didn't look like a friendly.
You know what I saw? I saw the two best teams in England playing, and it didn't look like it was preseason. It looked like mid-season form. They were going after it. It meant a lot to them. The fact that City didn't even receive their second place medals kind of gives you just a thought process that it meant a lot to them too. It wasn't just a friendly for them. They wanted to win the game as much as we did. The team sheets that went out initially, both strong from both teams, and so it sets the tone for the rest of the season.
What happened with that? They refused to get their medals. I missed that bit. You'll
have to ask Pep for that. I'm sure there's going to be a reason. but they didn't receive the medals.
Yeah.
And but like I said, I think it sets a tone. Both teams know that they are the benchmarks of each other, right, for the season, and they both wanted to win this game. And we lost to them the last time we were in the same situation, so it was good to win this one and get a trophy and see the celebrations at the stadium. And I think it just sets the tone for the whole season.
It was kind of cool, like it wasn't at Wembley.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, it was kind of packed in, 36,000. Like, it gave it a bit more, I don't know, like. But Wembley's so massive now, so having 36,000 fans in there, which I would say about 20,000 were about Liverpool fans. To me, it just, I would like them to do something like that at a different stadium every year.
They won't, though, will they? It's the same with it's like the semi-finals of the FA Cup, isn't it? They always were better when they were at the Old Trafford or Villa Park or anything like that. It was much better.
But the tact is right now, because you have so many like up-to-date, high-capacity, brilliant stadiums all over the country. It shouldn't. I mean, you're right. It shouldn't be at Wembley. It's a charity shield. It's move it around the country. It's better for the local communities as well. It makes more sense. It really does. So
banging on that table.
I like to make a point, you see. But yes, I agree. I think it should be in different grounds because it was
foam next week. I'm bringing foam.
Hey, you know, as the only American here in this group, I do want to give a kudos to the England women's national team for winning the Euros.
Yeah.
Great football, I thought. The game was intense the whole time, and I think it was a good testament to just how footy should be played, and it was good to see the backing of the English population at Wembley. So, congratulations to you guys.
Cheers to the ladies.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well done. Yes.
Anyway, back to the Reds.
Yes.
I do agree. But I thought it was what was the mad thing for me is there was no subs, was there? There was no subs for like 60. I know Nunez came on and that was about it, and then I think Foden and Alvarez come on, but then no one came on for like really, really late. It was like both teams were desperate to do well. I think it was probably the best charity shield or whatever it's called.
It was.
It probably gives a clue to the team he's thinking about for the weekend as well for the next game.
Yeah, but probably. But I was saying to Darren yesterday, I don't think after the first half, I was thinking the second half was going to die off a little bit and it was going to be a bit more pre-seasony, and you might have like 4 or 5 changes, but pretty intense the whole game, wasn't it?
Nunez, credit to him, he was fantastic when he came on. Not just the goal, which was, I've watched that back numerous times, and the movement on that goal was magnificent.
Hey, can we talk about that?
Taking his top off, yeah.
Well, Glenn likes
taking his top off.
He did.
But
was that a moment
the
for you,
fact
Glenn?
that Nunez didn't start, that Firmino started, and a lot of people kind of questioned that move from Jurgen, and then obviously the amount of times that Nunez was slated during this whole week by a lot of people, that he wasn't ready or he wasn't up to par.
It is.
What do you guys think about that? Were you guys surprised that Firmino started?
No.
I personally wasn't.
No. Not at all. I actually thought, it was funny actually, because I was thinking this before, like, because Nunez come on and scored and he made a penalty, people forget that Firmino was brilliant.
Yeah.
He was really, really good. He was linking up the play really well. And he's just been forgotten, hasn't he? Just like, he's been a forgotten player, Firmino. But I think he'll play. Especially the. No, but I'm just in general, hasn't he? Just that everyone will bang on about Nunez and whatnot. But I think maybe the first 10 games of the season, you might see Firmino play a lot more.
Yeah.
And maybe Nunez might just get eased in because he doesn't need to start, does he? He could come in. Same thing, 30 minutes.
Was taking a bit of the pressure off him as well, So and White, I mean, Firmino's been brilliant. He was fantastic, like you said, in the Charity Shield when he was on. I think he'll probably start at the weekend as well, and then slowly integrate Nunez in as well, because it's different. It's a different way of playing for us with him in the team as well. And we've already lost Mané, of course, right? So instead of changing both leave Firmino in, and obviously Diaz is going to start, and then Nunez slowly integrate him into the side. But
so, what was your thoughts on City? I don't. By the way, I don't want to get too again too into this, because if it was the other way around, I'd be like, it sort of is what it is. But
it's a bit stupid, just like most opposing fans talking shit about Nunez, right? Saying
I'm not even talking about that.
I know. Well, I'm bringing it up as well. They're counting Haaland out. No chance. He's quality. He'll prove his how good he is in the league. City looked a little suspect at the back. They did.
I think some of their not necessarily the signings. The signings have been a little bit odd, but the people they've let go. I think I thought Foden was great when he came on. But losing Jesus and Sterling, they've both been really good against us, and they're both very, very quick. So I do feel like letting both of them go is a surprise to me, to be fair.
Well, I think it's basically because they paid 100 million for Grealish. Now with Sterling gone, Grealish is given the opportunity to play more. And I think spending that amount of money, City have got to play him.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
but Sterling, I think Sterling will be a massive miss.
Which both of them, but I'm just saying the way they play, they're both quite direct players. They'll go running behind and stuff like that. I think that
even
that type of player, that they might just, I don't know, they might go and win the league, but that type of player, I think they might miss.
Oh, of course, I think Nunez and Firmino as well. He's like their Milner for us. The utility man that can go centre back and can go defensive mid, can actually play many positions. So
different for City now, isn't it? I mean, they're playing with a different type of striker. It's going to take time, right? It's going to take time for them to integrate him into the way the City played. And you saw a little bit of that at the weekend with Haaland off the ball. And he did the same with Dortmund. He kind of, wanders around a little bit, doesn't get involved much. He's not great, like tracking back, etc. Which City have always played differently. I mean, they've pushed from the back essentially, and with Haaland, they're not going to do that.
Right.
And you saw a little bit of that at the weekend.
You've also seen him to miss two open goals that if he scored, City win and everything. The thing is,
he's going to score tons of goals.
There was always going to be a narrative at the end of the game. It was either going to be Haaland, rubbish, or Nunez, and the fact that it went that way, it could have easily gone the other way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You could easily see one of them maybe going 4 or 5 games to start the season, maybe not doing well, but I think both will be really, really good.
Yeah.
You know what I want to mention in that game though, at the end when we brought Millie in, right, for Trent. But after that, who did we bring on? We brought in Elliott, Carvalho,
Keita,
Nunez, and Keita, and then also Jones, right, at the end.
Yeah.
So look at the age of those guys, right? Yeah. And they're going to all be players. And so you see the difference in the way that teams are structured, the way that Liverpool structures their team. And it's exciting, man. Carvalho is going to be I think, as impactful a player as maybe not get as much minutes as Nunez, obviously, but he's going to be very impactful this season. So I'm so excited for him.
He was brilliant in the goal.
Yeah,
winning the ball back, bringing it forward, confidence. His run off the ball was really good as well. We might see him more than we think. We might see him more than Elliott. It's because he tends to play more on the left side, and Elliott, it could be a bit different. You might see more of Carvalho this season, but he's been very impressive. Of course, it's only pre-season. It was a charity shield, but still.
You take the positives.
You take the positives, and he's been outstanding. He's been really good. So
it's funny actually because when we done this podcast last week.
What podcast?
Which didn't go out.
What podcast? Which one?
We had a discussion about midfielder.
Yeah.
And like us three were on the. And it's because of one game I feel a bit thing saying this, but we all said that like we didn't need an extra midfielder. Now when you just see them all play like that. You still feel like we probably are a midfielder, like?
Yeah. I think it was all I don't recall his name, but we were looking at the guy that went to Madrid, right? We were looking at signing him, and then of course we tried to get Bellingham now, which isn't going to happen. So we know we were looking for a midfielder. I think we were looking to move Keita on and replace him. And Keita still hasn't signed his contract, right? And Keita is the one who's key in the Klopp system a lot of the time, but he hasn't been good enough. He's had moments, but he's not really been getting the goals. He doesn't really get the assists. He played a lot of games last season, right? But he's had injury problems as well. So I do think I would still say we're a midfielder short going into the season. I think we have enough there on paper. I think we have enough. It's just, if I look at the team based on history and where we're at now, then injury-wise, we tend to get them more in that midfield area. So,
well, do you think maybe we're going to see how things like shape up until January?
Oh yeah,
and then maybe look again, because
100%, yeah, definitely.
With the World Cup, a lot of our players aren't going. So they get that rest. I think, obviously I would think some games are going to get played behind closed doors to keep them a bit fresh, because that's a month. But
it's going to be huge this season, that is, the World Cup in the middle.
Yeah, it is.
And you're right, we do have a lot of players not going.
Our main players, Salah having that extra rest. That's great. I mean, do I want a World Cup in the middle of winter? No, I don't. Yeah. But, do I think it might help us a little bit? Yeah, I do.
Do you think that there would be some enterprising, British television network that may say, hey, let's have a mini tournament during the World Cup?
No.
For those, because there's a lot of
the break.
There's a lot of teams that aren't, or a lot of players that aren't going to be involved. So you got to stay sharp, right? So what do? You just train for 6 weeks?
Yeah, but
or do you play friendlies and
for USA tour? Play at Austin FC.
Oh, in Austin FC, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
I don't.
No, I'm just wondering because that's a long time. Just
you've seen the UK like Sky putting on a 7v7 or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, hey, here's a good idea. Why don't you put on a football event during the biggest event in the world? It's not going to happen, is it?
When nobody watches
for those
2 billion people.
Yeah, for those people that are conscious about human rights and that don't want to watch the World Cup in Qatar,
We all think it's a joke, but we're all tuning in and we're all
of course.
It'll be on in the background.
You just won't tell anybody you're watching it, right?
I mean, I'll tell everyone.
I hate it.
But just sort of I want to go back to City quickly because I think it goes back to the point there of about our squad, because I feel like there's this sort of thing that City have got like a really big squad, but they haven't.
No.
And they've let, I think, 4 go. I think they've let Zinchenko go, 2 wide players. Even the second, they've took the second choice keeper as well, and they've not really brought anyone in. They brought Haaland in, obviously Phillips. And then Alvarez. I still feel like they're a bit light, aren't they? Really. So I don't know, maybe I'm clutching at straws a little bit. But if you look at our squad and you think about how many players that we have in certain areas, and you look at theirs, you just think, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got to remember that as deep a team as they are, 2 years ago they lost one center back for 4 months, and it destroyed their team.
Honestly, like people have this thing that City's squad is really deep. If you go back last year and you watch maybe the last 10 games, or if you look at their squads in the last 10 games, they'll probably have like maybe 3 or 4 like really well-known players, and then the rest of them are kids. But you look at our squads. I know we got really lucky last year with injuries. Look at our squad last year. We've had times where Oxley and Chamberlain can't even get on the bench, or Curtis can't even get on the bench. We've just got so many players.
Minamino, Elliott.
So it's I don't know. It could be an area. I know that obviously this lad from Brighton's not gone through as well. I just think about their fullbacks. They've only really got Walker and Cancelo. Ake could do a little bit of left back, but
you preferably don't want a centre back playing a left or right back.
No.
I mean, we have Gomez, but you would want him to be playing centre back as well. What's your thoughts on Gomez as well?
What do you mean? What, him taking the number 2?
Nah, he could take the number 99 ice cream cone.
Just in general for this year.
Well, I mean, signing a new contract and everything. A lot of people are like, we should let Gomez go and keep Nat Phillips.
But where are you getting that information from? Who's saying that? Who's got a brain?
Man, you obviously are
because you go on
Twitter.
because you go on like LFC bloody knobhead, and then you take all your thing from that and go, I spoke to him because none of my mates are going. My mates are going. Nat Phillips. Oh yeah, let's have him ahead of Joe Gomez, who's probably the 10th, 11th best centre back in the league.
Yeah, you say that, but there's
don't listen.
known
That's what I'm trying to say.
Journalists or papers out there, they will take somebody's tweet, just one person's tweet out of millions of fans, and they'll create a whole article out of that just to create clicks, right? Like
clickbait in it, but just don't click it.
I know, but they can come to us and get some real information.
Horrendous. Gomez, though, right? Ignore Twitter and all that crap. Gomez is potentially the best centre back in England, right? The guy is class. We know about his injuries. That has been the issue.
You mean English centre back?
As English centre back, he's probably, when fit, the best centre back in England. I can't think of.
No, but
obviously it's not Maguire. I don't think it's Stones.
When you've got Tyrone Mings and Maguire,
it's not Tyrone Mings. And when the season we won the league, Gomez played the majority of that season, was outstanding, was better than Virgil at times, and that's saying something.
Yes.
But there's the concern, of course, with Gomez that he's going to unfortunately pick up a bad injury again. But does he deserve a deal? Yeah, of course he does. He doesn't want to be injured. He wants to be playing. And next to Virgil, he's probably the best centre back at the club. So all we can hope for is that he stays fit, he gets a run in the side. Is it likely? I hope so, but we'll have to see. I think he deserves a contract. Yeah, honestly, based on what he's done, but
from the club's point of view, it just makes sense, doesn't it, to give him the contract?
Yeah, of course.
Because he's only about 24 still. There's loads of injuries considering he's only 24.
Hey, you guys got to remember this year we have 5 subs too, right? So there's going to be a lot of extra minutes to be able to give to people that don't normally get time. So I think that's going to make a huge difference in the spring, right after the World Cup. That being able to use 5 subs, and especially when you have a quality bench like we do.
And he can play right back, as it's shown. We've needed him before, and he was actually pretty good. He played a few times last season right back and did all right. And it was noticeable that he was able to cross the ball.
Yeah, right? To Jota.
Right? So he's obviously
on the pitch.
Worked on it. So he was good. I'm glad he signed the contract.
Yeah,
more than happy with that. So
let me ask a question. We signed Ramsey, right? He's hurt. And the story is that they found something in the medical that they didn't know.
Did you get that off Twitter?
What?
Did you get that off Twitter?
No. And so, it was surprising that we still signed him when there's this injury that they didn't know about. And so it's just interesting to me. Not that he's going to play a lot anyway.
Which means we rate his potential so highly that whatever the injury is something that's going to be short term and can be controlled.
It's got to be weird though when you're like you're deputizing for the best right back in the world and you're only maybe 2 years younger than him, right? So,
and he is the best right back in the world.
He is.
Because I've heard on Twitter he's not.
Twitter. No.
That evil place.
And what is crazy, right, which is to me deluded, is he's probably not going to start for England, and that just. I know Southgate plays different.
Hopefully not. Hopefully he doesn't get the squad.
Hopefully he stays at home. But
hey, they're signing the petition for Wiedemann to take over from Southgate anyway. So.
Well, they should take the ladies. They might actually win.
They might do better. The surprise element. You see some of them goals.
I'm putting you on the spot.
All right.
Salah.
Love Salah. Yeah.
You do?
Of course, I love Salah. I think he's a fantastic player.
I heard on Twitter you only gave him a 4 out of 10. You only gave him a 4 out of 10.
Let's give this some context, right?
He's got better than a week.
Without the social media madness, right? So we were talking the other day about Mané leaving, right? Mané is a humongous, epic loss. Brilliant player for us. Underrated probably, but Mané, besides the season, the COVID season, where he struggled, for every season he has been in the club, Mané has been consistently, every single week, an 8 or a 9 out of 10 player. Been brilliant, right? Always hits that level every single game. You would never see Mané have a bad game.
Not true.
Salah, that is very true. It's true. Salah on the other hand, is normally it's like a 10 out of 10 player, like outstanding, broken records, scoring goals, assists, etc. Amazing. When Salah has a bad game, right, and it can happen, he can look like the worst player on the planet, right? But that sometimes you get that with that high quality.
Hey, this is where Rob takes your group expert badge from you. So go ahead, keep going.
But just even you saying stuff like that is just. Like what he said last week, honestly, I'm glad we never aired it because people
Why not?
Put him in a mental home. But you just said
it's a well-known thing. Salah is a fantastic player.
You just said he can look like the worst player in the world. What?
He can. Sometimes he can. Sometimes
he can look like the worst player in the world.
Sometimes he can be appalling in games. The good thing about it, he's one of the top 5 players for us of all time. And when he's good, which the majority of the time he is amazing, but he does have the odd bad game here where he misses his start or his passing is off, or he can't get past the player. It happens, right? It happens. It does happen. So the whole point is Mané fantastic, Salah is fantastic. 2 different players, right? I'm just saying that Mané was always consistently, hardly ever saw Mané have a bad game, right? Right. On the other hand, Salah would score 47, 50 goals or whatever, and be fantastic.
He's had plenty of bad games.
I don't even know why you put this.
Apart from the season where he had COVID, I can't think of many.
Yeah, but saying like Salah
that season when Salah was Golden Boot winner.
Amazing. Yeah.
No, but to make a statement like
fantastic.
Salah looks like when he's having an off game one of the worst players.
Sometimes. Yeah. He has them occasions. He has them moments where
one of the worst players though.
On the very, 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 very rare occasion when he's having a really bad game, it's a really bad game. It happens. He's a fantastic player. I would put him in the top 5 Liverpool players of all time, though. Like, guaranteed.
I don't remember him ever being a 4 out of 10.
No, me neither.
In any game, even when he missed a couple sitters, I would never have rated him 4 out of 10. But I don't have the group expert badge.
It's all about opinions, Wilson.
Twitter.
It's all about opinions.
Twitter.
It's Twitter. Got to make it interesting.
So should we
let's talk about Fulham.
Talk about Fulham. Craven Cottage this Saturday.
Early kickoff.
Early kickoff in the UK. Even earlier over here, 6:30 in the morning.
Garage bar will be open at 5:45. So
it's called a garage.
Yeah, it's not the garage, it's garage.
Oh, garage.
Yeah.
Are you going to be here for that?
Is that Gary's in charge of the garage bar?
No, come on.
All right,
come on. Are you going to be here 6:30 a.m.
I'm unfortunately going to be out of town, but I'll be
out of town for the first game of the season.
So
that's the wife's fault, not mine.
Who's gonna take the lead on that then?
When you're the president, you just delegate shit. So I'll delegate it to little Glenn over there. I'm sure he'll be here at 5:45 in the morning.
Yeah. So what's your actual thoughts on the game?
Next. Fulham are a good team. They'll be up for it. I hate the early games.
Yeah, newly promoted team.
But we should have enough to beat them.
I think with them being a first game and being at Liverpool and all that, I think
everyone's
first 20-30 minutes. First 20-30 minutes, they might have a little go, and then
I
think it'll be comfortable 3-0.
I do as well. It's going to be the same team, just with the addition of Alisson. Like 100%.
Do you think he'll start?
Alisson? Yes. Yeah, I do.
You think?
Yeah.
What actually is his injury?
Abdominal.
You got there, yeah. He's back in training. Adrian.
That's not on Twitter.
The thing is, Yeah, the only thing is Alisson hasn't had a pre-season. I wouldn't be surprised if Adrian started, to be honest. And it was the same team that started against City in the Charity Shield.
You know, speaking of Adrian, man, you know, third string, right? Didn't hardly get to play last year. He won us a cup game to help us win a domestic cup. And for him just to be on the squad, and you can see the way he interacts with everybody, whether he plays or not. I give a lot of respect to that guy, man.
He's
I really do.
Third choice keeper in the league. He's a crazy Spaniard.
He's won 2 trophies.
He's probably great in the background as well.
We talked about this yesterday.
Well, people slayed him for the one game against Atletico Madrid. That's why.
The best keeper in the league, the best second keeper in the league, and the best third.
That's why I said to you yesterday, he's fucking look at me giving you the knowledge.
No, I got that on Twitter.
Twitter again?
Yeah, I'm just going to say Twitter all the time. No, we were just having a chat yesterday. And I think we do. But you need players like Adrian in your team. Klopp loves having him around. He's like the Mourinho. You know, he's not the best, but they say he's a funny lad.
You need that in a squad. You need them characters, right?
Yeah, and I think he did sound.
Hold on. So, we're at BD Riley's.
He's
we're getting some more pints. Look, he's on camera, which is great.
Thanks, Eric.
He's bringing pints.
BD Riley's to the rescue.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
I'll take another one.
Cheers.
A harp, please. Cheers. Harp for BD Riley's.
Yeah, harp.
So 2 all day. 2 more.
1 here.
No, just one.
Just 1?
You know what, though? Like...
You don't want that Carlsberg, then?
Hold on. But wait. Oh, it's so good.
So this is where we stop it and thank our sponsor, BD Riley's.
Is it refreshing?
I'm so refreshed. Yeah. It's so refreshing.
Fulham
so
again.
Good. Anyway.
Predictions.
I predicted 2-0.
Let's go around. You start.
I had 2-0.
I don't do predictions. I never have. Never will.
You have to do predictions.
No, I don't have to do nothing.
Twitter wants you to do predictions.
Why are you all telling us all to do predictions then?
Yeah.
Because you lot do predictions.
You can't ask us to do predictions and you don't do predictions.
We win.
What's the score going to be?
There's mine.
I said 2-0.
2-0?
3-0. You say 1-1 now just to be a knob.
No, I'm going to say 3-1 to us.
I'm going to say
3-1 to us.
He said 3-1. He's on record now, 3-1.
3-1.
Darren, did you guys speak to somebody last week?
We actually did.
Oh, who was it?
Lovely, bubbly. Nice one.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Cheers.
Yes, me and Steve had the honour last week to speak to former captain Phil Thompson, and he was absolutely boss. What a storyteller! What a fella! Thank you everybody for going to YouTube. We've had over 7,000 views, which is our best one so far, and our podcast Buzzsprout and Spotify is up there as well. So if you haven't checked that out, please go to our podcast, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Apple, Google or Amazon, all the good stuff, and then the YouTube channel. But again, thank you so much for listening to all these stories. Again, it's an absolute pleasure. I mean, absolute legend. And we've got our next episode really good as well. We've got the head curator from LFC Museum, Stephen Dunn, and his writing partner as well, Neville Gabe. They just put out a book. Yes. Remember the name because it's got that little N in between it. 2 posts and an field. Absolutely, he's reading it right now.
Yeah, it's boss, sir.
Yeah, so that's the next episode. But again, we're loving what we're doing here. I've wanted to do it for a long time as well, just to have a chance to get out the house as well. Always nice.
We talked to to Stephen, right, the curator of the museum, and we've all been in that museum at Anfield. seeing the trophies, seeing all the memorabilia from 1892, right? And just...
What do you want me to serve it to?
Is this mine?
Yeah.
These guys are learning how to drink.
This is very important. Like,
it is
make
very
sure
important.
you get the right drink, right?
It is very important.
Yeah, it's very important. Carry on, though, Steve.
No, what I'm saying is that we had such a great conversation with him, and to know that people who travel all across the world and go to Anfield and then go to that museum, and he's in charge of that. He's in charge of the displays, and really they're taking pictures with all the trophies that are there. You got Big Ears in there, got all the other trophies that are there. I know I have a picture with the Big Ears from that museum, and it was so fun to talk to him about that. The book is great in itself, but to know that probably more people have been to that museum, right, and they can share that experience, but that's just what it's all about, to share those common experiences with people, right?
I didn't get a picture. It was about £12, so I fucked it off. I kid wild when I went. No.
And then Julian gave the museum 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it was having a bad day, honestly. Like the old Big Ears wasn't available. I was disappointed by that.
But that's the thing, though.
The cardboard cutouts they had there, normally they have Jurgen Klopp and you can do this, and they didn't have Jurgen.
You just went for the cutouts?
Yeah, I went for the cardboard cutouts. It was disappointing.
Speaking of those cutouts, at our end of season party here for this last season, we had the Jurgen Klopp cutout, right?
Yeah.
And we thought it would be kind of just, we're just going to have it for the party.
Yeah.
But there's so many people just took pictures with that thing. It was crazy.
Did somebody take Jurgen home?
I don't know about that, but did they?
Yeah.
It'll come back and like a couple of holes.
He'll come back, new teeth, laser eye surgery, different man.
But, so you're going right now. You're kind of segueing into where Glenn likes to talk about how this team is the sexiest team he's ever seen.
Glenn, you must have been really excited at the weekend. The moment Nunez scored, and then slowly he was. How did you feel at that moment you saw like his 8-pack?
It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was such a great goal. It was such a great. It's mad because at the start of the game I wasn't that arsed, and then when he scored, I was.
You got into it?
I don't know. You might have been different, but
the abs got you into it.
Like if we would have got beat on penalties or we would have got beat, I would have been like, whatever it is, what it is. But because the way it happened, it was an amazing thing. What do you think about? If you just take away from Liverpool for a minute, if you just look at, let's say, the other 4 clubs, 5 clubs, what do you think about their business? Or who do you think will, if you just say, who do you think will get into that top 4? Obviously, us and City.
With the amount of money like Spurs have spent, they should get in the top 4.
You say that, but Spurs have sent City, Arsenal and United have both spent more money than Tottenham.
United.
Yeah, but Spurs have a proper manager, don't they? I mean, they have a world-class manager. They've done it before.
They've done what we needed to do for their positions.
Yeah.
We needed a goalkeeper. Well, they haven't changed the goalkeeper. But Basuma is massive for them.
Yeah, he's a good sign.
But again, for 25 mil,
yeah.
I don't understand why more teams didn't come in for him. I know he's got that other issue that's on the horizon.
But you answered your question. That's probably why other teams didn't go in.
They don't know where that's
going. But he is. Basuma is.
He's damn good.
Very good player. I think Richarlison, even though he's a snide bastard, blah blah blah, it's a good option. They probably need a little bit of that, I think.
Yeah, but where does where does he fit in with Son and Kane? How do you make a team like that?
Yeah, but it's like saying ours, isn't it? We've got 5.
Yeah.
It's like saying where's Jota?
It's going to be
games. They're playing Champions League. They're gonna play 40 odd games.
Who's the guy on the right hand side that they signed on? He was really good as well.
He was playing really well.
He was really good. So
and Arsenal, they bought well, but again, Arsenal don't have a backbone.
No.
They haven't, looked at that and gone, all right, I need to sort that midfield. I need to sort the.
If Arsenal would have signed Basuma and they would have signed a centre back, I would have been like,
yep,
good. They always seem, I don't know with Arsenal, they always seem to sign like a really good forward or one that sounds nice on paper. And they might do well, but they're always just a bit easy to play.
It's that spine, isn't it? It's the central midfield and the centre backs is the start. I think it's going to hurt them.
Just it's weak. Like,
well, Arsenal can't beat anybody in the top 6. Yeah. I mean, outside, right? So that's always been their downfall.
And you know what? It's absolutely mental, right? When we talk about Arsenal and the players they're missing, which is the amount of money they've spent over the last few years, and they still, I don't even think they've got it right after spending this summer, because you're right, they missed that top quality centre back and that top quality centre midfielder to take them to the next level. They spent so, I think it's like $500 million or something.
So who are we thinking the top 4? Liverpool, City, obviously.
Spurs. I think we all agree Spurs are going to be in there.
Yeah, I'd say Spurs.
Then I think it's open.
I had Spurs and Arsenal. I think United and Chelsea will finish out of the top 4. That's what I'm thinking.
It depends on what Chelsea do, I think, in the next couple of weeks, transfer-wise. Yeah. I put Liverpool, of course, City 1 and 2, whichever way, and then Spurs, and then probably Chelsea.
Probably.
Yeah, I can't see United breaking into that top 4. I can't see Arsenal breaking into it.
Well, United, again, are going into the season with that. They seem to have an issue every summer with a player. Now it's the Ronaldo issue, right? He obviously doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
He wants to leave, and you never want that when you go into a season.
Can you imagine a Klopp player leaving during the game? Can you imagine that? They would be off the team by the time he got back to the lift, right? Yeah. Really?
I mean, Klopp. I don't know what's going on there, though.
That was weird, right?
Doesn't matter. Well, that is really weird, isn't it? Unless there's been something agreed to let that happen.
Well, if something was agreed, then Ten Hag would have said that. Hey, we would have. Yeah, we talked about it and we said he can go.
Do you know what though? If that was Pogba, then they would have burnt his house down. If that was Pogba,
of course. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If it was, or even Rashford.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, yeah, but because there was just like always a narrative around Pogba, wasn't there? So if that was him, he'd done that. Because obviously he'd left on a free. There would be carnage, wouldn't there? But
Man United's biggest problem is, I mean, it's the first thing we're talking about Arsenal with this. It's the first thing a team that wants to get in the top 4, challenge for the league, has to fix, and it's the centre backs, right? And Maguire still looks like he's going to be a starting centre back.
McTominay and Fred.
Yeah, but Maguire
is
no, but this weird thing, like Maguire is not the biggest issue at Man United.
He's a major issue.
He's not. Like honestly, that centre midfield.
You don't think Maguire is a big issue at Man United?
He's not the biggest. Like if I'm looking at
pretty close.
They've got
one of the issues.
Close.
Yeah, yes, but they're looking to try and play out from the back and all this. The goalkeeper's
with
Maguire. Not the player with that. One thing you could say about Maguire, to be fair, he's actually pretty good with his feet. If you're going to play out, no, he is. He is pretty decent with his feet. He's not that bad with his feet. The midfielders,
I don't know about that.
The midfielders are atrocious. You've got a right back that is horrific. You've got a left back that's constantly injured.
Yep.
The forwards, I mean, take your pick. I mean, it's fantastic to this, isn't it? But anyway, let's not get too much into them.
Well, it's funny, isn't it?
It's.
I mean, I think of the abuse that we got in the 90s, right? And now it's switched, and United they were going through a bad run. They've gone through a bunch of different managers. Their stadium is falling apart, and it's brilliant.
Well,
I love it.
A lot of United fans are like the second coming of Ronaldo was going to get them.
It was always such a bad sign.
Yeah, but anybody that knew footy, I mean, really had knowledge of footy, knew it was not going to be.
No, come on. Roy Keane actually said Ronaldo was going to win him like the FA Cup and all that. And then I remember Caro just going, that's your goal, is to win the FA Cup and the Cup.
And it was almost like, I mean, pretty much is what happened, that they did that just to spite Man City, because they couldn't bear to see Ronaldo to City, which looked like it was going to happen at one stage.
Yeah.
So they did everything which was ridiculous reasoning. Because, he scored plenty of goals, right? But he doesn't fit the team, and it doesn't work for English football.
Too much of a circus, just like Pogba was. There's too much of a circus surrounding him. And who was the penalty taker for him? Fernandes. Now it's Ronaldo.
Yeah.
It just takes away from so many things, but fuck them.
Right.
Fuck Man United.
Yeah.
Let's go on to
Liverpool.
No, let's go on to other gobshites. Are Everton going to go down this year?
I hope so.
Maybe. It looks.
Well, they might not go down, but I guarantee.
I mean, they probably sold their best player.
I guarantee Lampard gets a sack.
Yeah, he has a good 3-4 months.
I just don't see it. I just don't. They've not bored anyone. They've let Richarlison go.
Yeah.
Even though he only fucking scored 8 goals. That's 8 goals that Everton didn't have before.
Yeah.
And he actually did give him a bit of oomph.
Yeah, a bit of snide. You need that.
They'll probably stay up just because Leeds aren't. They're going down. Bournemouth, they're going down.
Leeds aren't going down.
Why not? Oh, I know why. Tell us why they're not going down.
Yeah.
Please tell us.
America.
America, the land of the free. We love you, America. You're a great country.
Yeah,
what you
tell
got
us.
to say, Wilson? You tell us right now.
Well, Leeds is a better team this year. They brought in good players,
You don't know that.
and they have a good coach. He's there now. He's there for a full season.
Is he an American coach?
He is American. He's Ted Lasso's brother. But he is a good coach. He is a good coach. So
Yeah, but good coaches
Yes,
don't always
No.
work out.
you're right.
You know.
But he's better than the other teams that are going to. He's better than Lampard as a coach. So
But Leeds,
Way-
again,
way better.
like similar to Everton, have lost their 2 best players and then replaced
No.
them. Rafinha's gone. Calvin Phillips has gone.
I don't know if Calvin Phillips was one of their better players, to be honest with you.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yes, he
no.
was.
He was hurt half the season, dude.
on.
Calvin
I think
Phillips the
Tyler.
last
and they nearly went
2-3
down.
years has been
Huh?
They
brilliant
nearly
for
went
them.
down. You said he was out half the season, but they nearly went down. The
That's
season when he
because
played.
he was out.
Yeah. Well,
Right, but kind of American bias. I think Tyler.
American bias?
I think Tyler
Wilson on the spot.
I think Tyler Adams is a better defensive midfielder, and will bring more
gonna-
to that
we're
team
gonna
than
return
what
to this in a
Calvin
few
Phillips
months.
did. Okay.
uh,
When we do our predictor league in our supporters
We're going to
club
return to that.
Supporters
Tyler
group.
Adams is better than Calvin Phillips. Okay, we'll see.
for that team,
I hope you're right, just for your...
Leeds won't go down. So I've already documented who's going down. So have you put yours in yet? Yes, you have.
Who's your 3 going down then?
Yeah.
It was Everton. And I don't know who else.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
I can't see them.
Bournemouth.
And Notts
Bournemouth,
Forest
I
spent over 100 million.
Yeah, I didn't pick Forest to go down.
Forest could go either way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's not
They
one of the
look like
teams
they
that I
could be
picked.
really good. They could be the team that surprises everyone else, like Brentford did last season.
Oh yeah, Brentford. Remember because you called me out.
Oh
for
yeah,
picking
you
Brentford.
put Brentford to go down.
I did.
How dare you? That's terrible.
What do you
That's Julian's real team, by the way.
That's where my local
What's your bottom 3?
team.
Not in any order, but just your bottom 3 that's going.
I'd probably go Fulham. Fulham. I like Brentford. I don't want them to go down. But
Do you like them,
just 'cause
or
it's
do you
the
think
second-
they're going
just
to
'cause
go
it's the
down?
second, no, it's there's
Second
something about that
season
second
syndrome.
season, and
Yeah, you're
Ericsson's
right.
gone, and they might struggle a little bit. So maybe Brentford, Fulham, Brentford, and it's Forest. Who's the other team that went up? Forest and Bournemouth. Scott Parker's Bournemouth, isn't he? Yeah. Bournemouth. I'd say them 3, but
I think I'm going Bournemouth, Leeds, probably Fulham would be my, if I was to name them right now. Yeah, those 3.
Okay, just for transparency,
Yes.
I picked Brentford,
Stop
Disgraceful.
using big words.
Everton, and Wolves are the 3 going down for me.
Wolves?
Really? I think you're going to be wrong on all 3.
Wolves?
That's what I picked.
Oh, look.
You see? That's hilarious. Wow, Wilson.
Uh-oh. Bad luck.
okay. So last, who's going to be top goal scorer?
Salah.
Salah.
Defo.
Who's going to be the surprise that
100%.
might...
Julian.
I would say, as a surprise... It's fine, leave it down. That's cool. It looks good.
It's
It's
tickling
enough
me
of
back.
it. It's dramatic.
It is dramatic. As soon as I said that, it came down.
Alvarez
like
might
that.
be a surprise. I think he's probably going to play more than we expect for Man City. Alvarez, Jesus might score a few, but yeah, Salah probably for me with the contract sorted, and
He looks happy, doesn't he?
he looks happy. He was fantastic.
He did look happy
Oh
on
my
Saturday, didn't he? He looked happy.
He looks so fit.
Yeah.
He looks like he's enjoying football again.
Yeah,
He just does. And, I think with that added with Nunez as well, I mean, that ball to Robbo,
oh, gorgeous.
and
Yeah.
then the head
Fantastic
down,
goal.
and then Nunez. And,
Well, he was involved in all 3 goals, wasn't
Yeah, not only the ball to Robbo for Nunez's goal, but the ball back to Trent, the cutback.
he? He set up the trap.
Yep.
He scored the penalty.
Right.
And then he
But he's
passed
only
the ball
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
He's only 4 out of 10.
That's why I love him so much. Them world-class superstar, legendary players are either pure genius.
Oh, now it's falling down. Now it's
listening.
Now
You
it's
know what?
is listening
This
to
banner,
us,
this
you know?
banner is epic because it knows when you're full of shit. It just
It's
comes
an
down.
epic banner.
And it came.
It's the speaking shit banner. It started
It is.
when you
You're gonna have a
think
t-shirt
about your
with
bottom
Salah.
3, you know?
You're going to have a T-shirt with Salah.
I
on
don't
the
get,
front,
right? I
and then
don't
a
get
4 out-
Salah.
Sometimes a 4 out of 10 on the back.
Salah is a genius, fantastic, amazing,
Only
top 5
sometimes,
player.
though.
When he has bad games, he has really bad games. He does.
Why don't you just make it 4 out of 20? You
luckily
can have
for
420 on your shirt or
Luckily for
something.
us, they don't happen very often, but they have happened. That's being fair. Anyway,
I don't
moving
remember.
on.
Anyway.
What player are you most excited to see this season?
Like Liverpool player?
Yeah.
Or the Liverpool player, yeah.
No other player. Let's get back to talking about
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's odd that one, isn't it, really?
That's why I asked it. Yeah.
You asked me last week and I said Kelleher.
No, you did not.
I did. Just because, like, I know he said this the other week about...
Did he?
No, it did. I did because I was taking the piss because like when pre-season, because obviously when we did this last week, when we did do this, everyone's going on about players in pre-seasons and whatever. And for me, it's boring. But it's Salah. I want to see what he can do. I want to see if he can score 40 goals next year.
All right.
Now,
Wilson, what about you?
I can't wait to see Nunez really get ingrained into this team. I mean, because he offers a different dynamic, man. The runs he makes, the way he anticipates where the ball is going. You noticed it on his goal he scored.
Those abs.
The abs are great. He has a 10-pack. I think Salah only has an 8-pack, so he has 2 more on Salah right now. But the way he just the positioning,
Bring
right?
me back, Jan Molby.
We are bringing to Austin in the spring, by the way, so just to let you know.
You are.
And so, but back to Nunez, that's who I'm excited to see because he just brings a different
If we had
dynamic.
another banner, it would fall down then as well.
It'd be going. I'm surprised it didn't go right back up actually by itself.
Oh, okay. All right.
So who are you saying then?
Yeah, I'll say the same as I did the other week. Thiago, you keep him fit.
Yeah.
It's football porn. I'll say it again. Like what I saw on Saturday from him. Again, buying him for £25 million.
I think you always take 5 million or 10 million off players, don't you?
No, I don't.
Instead of assuming before it was only 25.
No, he doesn't know if he doesn't know if to do it in dollars or pounds. That's why.
Off of Twitter. I run my life off of Twitter.
Yeah, you need to fucking get a life for this.
No, it was 25 mil for Thiago,
Right.
and it was 25 mil for Basuma. So what the fuck are you on about?
It's like fantastic. Hopefully he can stay fit and have a
Where
good
do you
run.
get your
Fantastic
fucking
player.
news from?
Not fucking you, anyway.
A bathroom stall.
CFAX.
1-800 suck.
CFAX. 302. Yeah, 302. Beautiful.
Anyway,
days.
it's so good that
days.
we all have different.
Yeah, but what was Julian? You didn't say it.
For me, it's probably definitely it's going to be Diaz because Diaz came in last season, was a surprise to the Premier League and was exceptional. Did really well. Can he take it up another level? Right, that's the question. What kind of player is Diaz? Can he be someone that is consistent? Is able to affect the game in positive ways? I didn't see that in the charity shield of the weekend. I saw Diaz I'm worried about, honestly, which was he can make.
That's probably his lowest rated game since he came to the team, I thought.
His decision making, right? So does he have that intelligence? Can he take it up to that next level? Or is he going to be a player that drifts out of the game, right, and comes in only at certain times?
No, I don't think he drifts out. I think he doesn't need to score goals on this team, man. He just he breaks the defense down, right?
So we'll see. That's what I'm excited to see.
But yeah,
Diaz, I think, is key to our season.
Yeah, of course. I love him. I love that guy, man.
He's been very good.
Colombian, pura vida.
Who doesn't love a little bit of Colombian?
Not PK apparently at the moment. Yeah. Poor Shakira. What a disgraceful decision. What is he doing?
Well, lads, it's coming to the close. I think we've done sort of about everything we wanted to on our first episode of Liverpool Connection podcast presents PubChat.
PubChat. Crap chat. Whatever we want to call
At
it.
BD Riley's, Austin, Texas, in Mueller. So again, if you're anywhere, you're coming to Austin, this is a pub to come to. It's been a great first episode. Again, nudge, wink.
Yeah, if this doesn't fucking work, I'm never coming again.
Yeah, he's done. It's hard to get this lad in front of a microphone. And, well, it's hard to get any of us out on a Monday anyway. But appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully, we'll come back next Monday and do it all over again.